Today I have very good news, especially for people who absolutely despise the Candy Blossom. I'm sure we all know that the Candy Blossom is still currently the best seed in the entire game, but that's all about to change. JANDEL himself has officially announced that Candy Blossoms are going to not be the best seed anymore. Today we're going to go over all of it. If you guys want to be a part of the OG 100K, hit that sub button. Let's get into it. So this right here is a video from JANDEL himself where he talks about the Candy Blossom, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play the video for copyright reasons, so I'm just gonna play it and then tell you guys exactly what he says. Yo, what's up guys, it's JANDEL. And then he says, am I ever gonna bring back Candy Blossom? Well, I'm gonna answer that in this video. And then he says, I think I want to do like a little Q&A for everyone, like with a bunch of the questions I've been seeing. And then he says, everybody has been asking me to add trading, and that is 100% true. Yes, everybody has been asking him to add trading, and he made a TikTok, I think like last week or the week before, saying that they are working on trading, but here's what he says about that. He says, the thing is, it's actually pretty hard, like programming wise. So I guess what's happening is that it's just kind of hard to actually like add trading into the game. And it would make a lot of sense. The only thing confusing to me is it seems like there's a lot of games with trading. So I don't know. It just like, I feel like since it's the biggest game in the world and they're making all this money, they should be able to do it with, you know, their whole team of developers all working together. But anyways, let's listen to the rest of it. He said, it's just taking it a while. And now he's about to get into his second point. And in the second point, he says this: everyone's saying that the summer harvest is too hard. And yes, this is absolutely true. The summer harvest event is still way too hard, right? If you guys want to get the prismatic rewards, which is the best rewards that you guys can get from the summer harvest event, you need 10,000. Yeah, you need 10,000 harvest points, which would be 10,000 carrots or 5,000 blueberries or 3,333 tomatoes. So yeah. It actually is definitely way too hard. And yes, I get you can like, you know, combine everyone as a whole, but I think that this event, even though it is supposed to be for people together, it should be possible to do solo. It's almost impossible to do solo, which is kind of my biggest problem with it. But what he says here is, yeah, I'll fix that. Don't worry about it. And then he says, yeah, I agree. I honestly made it a little too hard by accident, which is kind of funny. All right. JANDEL's an honest developer. I will always say this, JANDEL slander will never be tolerated on my channel. All right. Unless he makes a really bad update, but I'm still not going to slander him. It's always great. I think he's a great developer, but guys, he actually did fix this, and we can just genuinely go over this right now. If you guys go in the update page for the Girl Garden Discord server, you will see this. DJ Jai, one of the head admins / developers of the game, said this: you can now, well, he basically said update 1.11.2 fixes / changes. You can now submit all summer fruits in your inventory by talking to Georgia and selecting take all my summer fruits. Now also crafting the reclaimer now gives you 3 instead of 1, which is also great. And there are now extra summer seed packs and more chances to obtain them through the summer harvest. So guys, here's the thing, right? Yes, this is JANDEL's version of a fix, and honestly, I think I do like it because yeah, it is now possible to get the summer pack with only common rewards, which is great. But the problem still is, guys, it's still impossible to do it solo. It's not impossible, but like I do have a method that makes it possible solo, which is just use a bunch of tomatoes, use an ult account, redo it over and over again, but it's still very hard. If you guys want to get any of these final level of rewards, you are going to need a lot of people, and it's still basically impossible solo. But yeah, they did add extra summer seed packs, so now you can get summer seed packs in the common level, and in the rare level you can get summer seed packs, and you can actually have a chance to get 2, and the legendary one or better ones you have a chance to get 2 again. And yeah, so it's actually easier to get summer seed packs now. I think you can get up to 5 per summer harvest event. Either way, let's go through the rest of this TikTok from JANDEL. He says, I guess lastly, this is the question that's everybody's going to be asking, and guys, I already know this is literally about to be the thing about the Candy Blossom. Let's see what he says. Okay, so he said, am I gonna bring back a Candy Blossom? Yes, this has been on everybody's minds, and guys, this is a huge debate. Not only are there the people who are Candy Blossom lovers who have the Candy Blossom and genuinely do think that it's unfair for them to add the Candy Blossom back, and I actually do agree with this. I do agree that they shouldn't add the Candy Blossom back because it doesn't make sense. When you start adding limited plants back into the game, it makes it so they're not really limited, right? It makes it it so the Candy Blossom isn't actually limited at all, which I do think, especially for the people who actually have the Candy Blossom and played 5, 7, what was it? In April, what was that, 2 months ago now? Wait, that's actually kind of crazy. That's when I started playing the game too. Either way, the people who played 2 months ago before the game became the biggest game in the entire world, I feel like they deserve to have the Candy Blossom. And people who didn't play, honestly, kind of don't deserve it just because they weren't there, all right? But what I do think is that there 100% should be a seed that replaces the Candy Blossom or is at least better than it, because it doesn't make sense for it to just always be the best thing in the entire game. Yes, I do think that it should be one of the best, but no, it should not be the best anymore, because guys, new seeds, new updates, new everything is coming out, which basically means, guys, come on. The Candy Blossom is old news. But let's see what JANDEL says. Let's hear what JANDEL says and if he's actually thinking about adding the Candy Blossom back. So he actually just said the answer is no, and yes, he did say the answer is no, and he did also say something very important here, but the reason he said no is because of honestly what a lot of people are saying in the comments right here. Limited is limited, right? That just makes sense. Another comment right here says, why do people not get what limited is? 2 heartbreaking emojis. Then somebody said this, which is a little bit interesting. If JANDEL adds Candy Blossom, the game will be boring. I don't really agree with that, but here is why JANDEL's not adding them back. Guys, once again, it's literally just for the exact reason I said, guys, limited is limited. It literally would not make sense. It is 100% unfair. You have to think, right? If you were the person with the Candy Blossom, would you want people to get it? No, you most likely wouldn't. And no, this isn't just because you're gatekeeping. This isn't just because, you're just a jealous person, It makes sense. You came first and it was a limited seed. Everybody said it was going to be a limited seed. It was known that it was going to be a limited seed. It made sense for the Candy Blossom to not actually be a part of any up and coming updates. Plus, if you guys actually go in the Grow a Garden Discord server, which I'll do right now, then make your way over to FAQ. They actually answered this a long time ago. As you guys can see, the very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th question that people frequently ask is, can I still purchase Candy Blossom? And the answer is right here. No, and it is not coming back either. No need to beg. This has been a thing in the game for a while. People have known that the Candy Blossom isn't coming back, so JANDEL is just restating the obvious. Anyways, let's hear what he says next. After he says the answer is no, he says, but I do think it would be cool to kind of make a fruit that is better than the Candy Blossom. And then he starts to get into the reasons he hasn't done it yet. Honestly, I do think it's not just because the Candy Blossom kids are gatekeeping, but it's to keep the economy on check. Because the second that they add a seed that's like, 2 times better than the Candy Blossom, guys, there's going to be quadrillion priced fruits. It just doesn't make sense. So even if they do add something better than the Candy Blossom, I think it does have to be something small. But let's hear what JANDEL himself has to say about this, mate. So he actually said this: we don't want to make the game about getting better and better seeds every week. And honestly, yeah, that actually does make a lot of sense, because guys, if they just make the game about, okay, there's a brand new seed, it's better. Okay, there's a brand new seed, it's better than the last one. There's a brand new seed, it's better than the last one. There's a brand new seed, it's better than the last one. And they do that every single freaking week. That is actually what is going to make the game boring. Yes, like it will make the game boring. It's just going to become like Pet Simulator or one of those games, where people have like 500 quadrillion, 5,000 quintillion. Like it doesn't make sense at all. So honestly, his reason, or his first reason, I think he's about to get into some more of, yeah, we just want to keep the game fresh, actually does make a lot of sense. But I do think he's still going to add it. Let's hear what he has to say. He said, either I think this update or next update, we are going to make a fruit or seed that is better than the Candy Blossom. That means, guys, it is actually coming very soon, sooner than you may think, which is absolutely incredible, absolutely great, and obviously absolutely wonderful. I'm sure everyone's happy about that. He does have a little bit more to say. One of the last things he says is because everybody is asking for it, and that's what the community wants. Yes, either people are asking, please bring back the Candy Blossom, please bring back the Candy Blossom, please bring back the Candy Blossom, please make a seed better than the Candy Blossom. Guys, I hate these Candy Blossom kids, mate. I hate these Candy Blossom kids. These kids with the Candy Blossoms are just too jealous. They're too annoying. Like, everybody hates people with the Candy Blossom if they don't have the Candy Blossom. And honestly, part of it is jealousy, but part of it is, guys, it makes sense to be mad, right? You want a seed that's better than the Candy Blossom because you want to be good at the game, and you can't be good at the game if you can't get the Candy Blossom, and you can't get the Candy Blossom because it's not the game. It's just like an infinite loop of stuff that just doesn't make sense. But the last thing he says is, yes, thanks. And let's read a couple more of these comments. Candy Blossom kids need to let it go and accept that they're going to be better seeds. Yes, that's true. Somebody said cheeseburger seed would be tough. Please don't add that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think what's going to happen in this update. Let me know what you guys think this new seed is going to be. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to be a part of the OG 100K, hit that sub button. See you guys in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.